Every chef has that one famous dish that brings their career to a sizzle, turning up the heat and baking them into a culinary icon.
You dug deep.
Join me, Matthew Hoffman, as I grill famous chefs on their most infamous recipes.
Your questions make me think.
Peeling back the apron one distinguished and delicious dish at a time.
You are so funny.
So let's roll out the red carpet and bring you from fame to table. Hey, I'm Matthew Hoffman, and on today's episode of Fame to Table, we're seeing what's blooming in the Garden State kitchen of celebrity chef Chris Scott. That's right, we are in beautiful New Jersey to cook up some old classics with the top chef master. Let's go! I really hope he lives here.
Matthew.
Chris, what's up?
Hey, my brother.
Thank
How are
you.
you?
This is amazing.
My house is your house.
Silly man.
Hey, I'm Chris Scott, chef, co-founder of Butterfunk Biscuit Company in Harlem. I've been cooking now for almost 35 years, and it's been an incredible journey. I love it. It's where I lose myself and find myself all over again. This is where the inspiration happens.
Whoa, are these all cookbooks?
These are all cookbooks, including mine.
Homage?
Boom. You know, and I think about my grandmother, who the book, it's really her story.
Yeah.
And I always wonder like what she would feel knowing that I put out all her information into the world, you know?
I did that with my parents' taxes. It's a totally different thing that you're describing, but yes, something is catching my eye. May I?
Tell me.
Well, two things.
Go for it.
We're gonna start here with your very own
Voodoo doll.
Chef Chris Scott action figure. Are you kidding me? Like, you know you've made it when? I mean, this is insane.
Yeah.
I love this. Something else caught my eye.
Tell me.
May I?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just some subtle Top Chef hardware. Chris, tell me everything. I mean, obviously we fell in love with you on Top Chef, but like this in your house.
Do you remember the episode with the Olympics?
Yes.
So this,
Is this what?
that's from that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's from that. Yeah.
Crazy. Good to see you, Chris.
Take care, man.
Bye. What was your experience like? I know you still talk to all of your castmates.
Once I knew that I was going to be on the show,
Yeah.
I just thought, oh my God, please just don't mess up. You know, because you know that you're going to go in there with some of the best chefs in the country.
Yeah.
And to be able to compete blew my mind, still does.
Well, this is incredible. I love this room so much. I see we also have records, an extensive collection behind us, and we have a piano, which I promise you I will not touch.
So music is my sanctuary.
Yeah.
I would say that if I wasn't a chef, I would be a jazz pianist. I even carry some of that into my cooking, you know, the mathematics of it, the structure of it. I'm listening to the beats, I'm listening to the tone, I'm listening to the rhythm, and I catch that also in my food. So the title of my new cookbook, it's called The B-Sides, because I'm bringing out the stuff that a lot of people don't either know about me. It's food through inspiration and where I find the inspiration from. So music and art and culture and food, it all runs intertwined.
I love that. Should we go see the B-side of the house?
Let's go.
This place is amazing. How long have you been here?
My wife grew up here.
Seriously?
This is the childhood home of my wife. So her parents bought this house in 1986.
I love how you brought nature inside. These forest green mid-century swivel chairs with this wall of like beautiful plants, all of the earth tones, the wood accents.
It's wonderful. I like it to be minimal. And because when you come into the kitchen, that's more or less my domain. and you'll be like, where is everything at? You know, because
Just the basics.
right.
Yeah.
Because I like it so that when you walk into the room, you know, you want that canvas to be bare.
But I did not schlep to New Jersey for nothing. I need to see the room where it happens.
And you're gonna see it. So I'm transforming you back to 1986. Old cabinetry, the microwave. You just kind of change your mentality to where you're cooking at work in the city, that's more of a professional feel. And then here where it's certainly more laid back, you know, but the inspiration comes from both, you know, and I can actually cross over some of the stuff that I do in the city and bring that here and vice versa. It's all about the vibe and the energy and the flow.
It's the B-sides.
It's the B-sides.
We're at the B-sides.
This is the B-sides.
And look at this island. This is 40 years old, huh?
Uh-huh.
Wow, and this is original Formica?
When was the last time you said that word? It is, right? Right?
I love this so much, but I have a feeling there's something else I'm going to love a little bit more.
I think so.
Tell me.
I already see that you're a man of fashion.
Oh, my girl actually dresses me, so like whatever she likes.
So come on over here. I got a problem. I collect aprons.
You do?
I do.
Now, aprons that have a story, or aprons that if you're in a store you see it, you love it, or aprons from every job you do?
Both. There are ones like this that are handmade. This one here are my high school colors.
I love
the
that.
red and black. You tie yours in the front?
I'm gonna cinch it at the waist. I need a
See,
little help.
I tie mine in the back just to
that's probably the
hide
way you
my
would do
gut,
it.
To hide my gut.
Oh, I was gonna do a halter.
Ooh,
Moment? No?
Now that's the move.
Came to New Jersey for a reason, and this is it. I love it.
So,
This is amazing.
it's nice, right?
Yes. How many aprons do you think you have?
60 to 70 maybe? Yeah.
70 aprons.
But here's the one that you should probably wear. It goes along with the theme.
Yes. Butterfunk Biscuit Co.
Put your arms here.
What?
And we go skydiving. So one of the dishes that I'm known for are my biscuits. And I'm glad for that because it shows a lot of heritage baking. It shows a culture, you know, that I'm proud of. And today I'm going to show Matthew how to make those exact biscuits.
Because of your upbringing in Pennsylvania, you coined your food Amish soul food.
So where I grew up in Coatesville, right outside of Philly, where the Pennsylvania Dutch country is. So back in the day, my ancestors who are originally from Virginia, with a lot of that Southern food background, they moved into an area after slavery, into an area with German, Dutch, and Amish. After a while, the two foods and cultures kind of intermingled. So by the time that I was born, it was kind of the only food that I knew.
I love that. And today we are making the biscuit that quite literally made you famous, and you have built the foundation of your business on.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
In here, I have two types of flour, AP flour and white lily.
White Lily was my nickname in high school.
I believe it, I believe it, I believe it. But it also has that pillowiness that every good biscuit should have. Over here is some buttermilk, but you can do any type of acidulated dairy. If you wanted to use yogurt, if you wanted to use sour cream, and then your butter. This, I'll wrap it, I'll put it in the fridge till tomorrow. This, I'll shave it and freeze it. Because to me, like in order to keep everything super ice cold so that in the oven is the first time that it's feeling heat and you really get that good rise, that's just the chefy in me that's
I
coming
love
out.
that so much.
Yeah.
So completely unnecessary.
Unnecessary,
But
right.
you taste the difference and the mathematics and the science behind
Exactly.
all of it.
Right, just like
it's-
playing the piano.
I love it. In the key of yes, please. Thank you, Chris.
All right, so of course I'm putting you to work. So you're gonna shave this butter.
Okay, I'm not a cook.
Okay.
Which you will find out in 0.0 seconds.
Don't be scared,
Ready?
don't be scared.
All right.
If you can probably hold it,
Right.
yep, down, and that way you can get more of a force. And watch your fingers. That shaved butter will incorporate into your flour, and that when it melts, it creates that air, that steam, and that gives it that rise.
Wow. Throw this in there.
Yep, and just let it fall. There you go. There you go. Okay, let's go to the mixer. Bring over the flour.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna put everything together. This is where this dough is gonna happen. You see how I'm doing this? A lot of people would just dump. I'm playing this music, I'm playing this song, and then the butter. And I'm also gonna put that in various parts too. So this way we move slowly and we let the bread kind of tell us what it wants to be.
It's like a dance,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It is. So once this is now together, I'm gonna add in the buttermilk and honey.
Love.
Now we have a dough, like so. Now right away, I'm gonna kind of let the weight of the dough do it itself. I'm gonna make a square. So you have a square, and again, I'm not gonna really press down with my hands too much. I'll use the rolling pin, right? See how that square?
Yeah.
It helps us, right? And then we're gonna do our trifold. The folding here is going to create the layers that any good biscuit will have.
How many biscuits do you think you make a year?
My God. Probably 100,000 maybe?
100,000 biscuits a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. All right, now I'm going to punch them.
Don't hurt them. Oh, right. Can I hold one? Sorry.
Yeah,
Can I see that?
of course.
Because that is perfection.
It's heavy. Yeah.
That's amazing.
See how I did it? Like I stay in line to make sure that I'm getting the most out of each one. Beautiful, look at that.
Come on out.
Yep, you got it. And then right there, that's his new home. Punch these, I'm gonna get more buttermilk
Oh God.
because now we have to glaze the tops. It's like a tan cream for biscuits.
We're tanning them.
When you really have a good biscuit, it has that crunch on the outside, and the inside is just pillowy love. So we're gonna put these in the time machine.
And how long?
These are gonna go in there for about 25 to 30 minutes.
Okay. So while our new biscuit friends are baking in the oven, we are gonna come and make some jam for them, correct?
Absolutely. Now, I have a lemon curd,
Okay.
I have a fig preserve,
Nice.
and I have pumpkin butter. Like apple butter, but pumpkin,
This man
right?
is so good to me.
I'm gonna show you how I do that.
Okay.
So you grab a pumpkin. So I'm gonna take the pumpkin and I'm gonna cut it directly in half. A lot of people would be like, oh, I'm not gonna use the seeds, I'm not gonna use the pulp, it's nasty, yada, yada, yada. I'm using all that.
Really? In the actual jam?
Skin and everything.
Wow.
Right? Because what it does, it gives it body. So after that's roasted, I'm gonna put it into a pan and then you puree it, and then what you get is that love, love, good, good right here. Taste it. You'll have hints of bourbon in that, right?
That is so stupid.
So it's a pumpkin butter like scented with bourbon. Isn't it good?
It's so good.
Like baby food.
Literally. Ooh, look, Christy Todd Whitman.
Ooh!
So good. They're so good. Okay, here's the deal. While the biscuits are baking, normally we would do a round of rapid fire questions, but since we are in the home of Butterfunk Biscuit Company, I have no choice but to do a buttery round of Butterfunk Fire. Chris, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Favorite spice you cannot live without?
Vadavan.
What is that?
It's a type of curry.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yes.
Other than yours, what is your favorite restaurant in New York City?
Ooh, easy.
Go on.
Teodora in Brooklyn.
Favorite thing to get there?
Everything. Their bread program is off the chain.
Your cookbook is called Homage. If you were to name a cookbook after your grandmother, what would it be?
Wow. Maybe after her middle name, which is Arlene.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite kitchen hack you cannot live without?
Ooh, you know what? You know how people are always struggling to take the tops
Yes.
off? Yeah. So you take a spoon, you go up under the lid, and you just pop out the air. You have all these dudes all macho trying to struggle like, I can't do it. Take the spoon, you could have an old lady with gout open up that thing of pickles.
So for all of you old ladies with gout currently watching, air, pop the air. Chris, we are in New Jersey. What is your favorite Springsteen song?
Oh, Born in the USA.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, on June 6th, Yelp user Ingrid P. wrote of Butterfunk Biscuit Co. Why am I just discovering Butterfunk Biscuit Co. in Manhattan? Okay, I need to breathe and collect myself. Chris Scott, can you please look directly into the camera and tell Ingrid P. to please breathe and collect herself?
Now is that time to deflate. Now is that time to collect oneself. Enjoy what happened, yes, but now we come back down to earth together. And when you reach the ground, I'll be right here for you at the table where there's more than just the biscuits.
That was so beautiful. Did you see this?
Yes.
That was so beautiful. And I really hope that Ingrid collected herself. Now, I think we need to collect some biscuits.
Yeah.
Did you smell that Emmy Award-winning segue?
I did. Biscuits are all set. All right. So this is just straight melted butter, but if you wanted to be real funky, you could throw some honey, you can throw some brown sugar.
For everyone at home who can't unfortunately smell this, this smells like unbelievable. Oh, no big deal, just the most beautiful thing on earth.
And hold on, because we're going to do it all the way. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Right?
Yes, oh God.
It's going to be warm, so be ready.
Should I go in?
Go. And we'll be right back.
I have literal goosebumps. Do you see the steam? Look at that.
Talk about it, brother.
It's like they are pillowy, tender, but also like there's like a structure to it, right? So it's not like crummy, it's like it's compact.
Right.
And
It holds together.
Yes, it holds together.
Right.
So I see we have a lot more biscuits left and a lot more toppings.
Yes.
Should we like make this a thing?
Let's go enjoy the outside.
Thank you.
All right.
Fire, the world's best biscuits.
And all of this.
And all of this, I am not worthy of this day. I feel so lucky to be here with you to experience this legendary biscuit that you are literally known for. I feel like I am just the luckiest. So thank you so much for having us.
I'm so glad that you came by.
And I didn't burn your kitchen. I mean,
Right?
that's the real success, sir. That is the real success. So what should we get into?
So this is a dish that I do at the restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And then here, this is the chive cream cheese. Right? Lox and bagel style.
Yes.
Grab my Jimi Hendrix tweezers.
Christmas. Look, is that not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen? Look at this. This is art.
And then you eat it like a sandwich.
It's too pretty to smash.
Or
That's
you
the
can
most
turn it
beautiful thing I've
into
ever seen.
A necklace if you want to.
I shall do that. All right, I'm closing them. Bye, friends. Oh man. All right, what are you doing, jams?
I'm doing jams. I got a lemon curd, and there it is.
Cheers.
Cheers. Enjoy. Right? Like some bagel style.
Unreal.
Right.
It's unreal. It's so good.
And see, the point of using the two flours is this, because now it has structure to hold all
of it.
that.
Ah, this is incredible.
And there you have it.
Unbelievable.
There it is.
Now, you have said that Butterfunk Biscuit Company, it is not a restaurant, but it is a vibe.
It is.
Explain yourself, sir.
So Butterfunk started out, with just that restaurant on the corner back in Brooklyn.
Right.
But my wife and I, what we built was a community. We would have kids cooking classes. We would have block parties. We would hook up with farmers in Staten Island and Long Island that would come in. We would buy all the produce in advance so that when the neighborhood came, we would sell it to them for like 20, 30 cents. So they could buy a bag of apples, a bag of fruit, some heirloom tomatoes.
So you would buy the community members' groceries
For them.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. That natural, homey kind of vibe to where you felt safe, to where you felt protected, to where you felt loved.
Yeah.
I
I think a lot of people are introduced to cooking and to making food through their family members and growing up and watching, obviously, their family cook. And I know that you had a front row seat to your grandmother and your mother who raised you cooking. How did that affect you to become the chef you are today?
I mean, a lot more than just the food aspect of it. You got to know them as individuals, knowing their compassionate hearts when it comes to food. My grandmother, every Thanksgiving and every Christmas, would leave an empty space for anyone that would knock on the door or that needed a place to eat or a place to sit or a place to take a quick bath.
Where was I? Where was I?
I carry all of that, and I think that shows in the food. I think that shows in the community work. I think that shows in a lot of aspects of who I am now.
But what does the community of that mean to you? Because you're building these restaurants, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're building them on the backbones of these communities that A, need it, B, you want to go there, and C, you want to feed this community. What does that mean to you?
That's the important part, is that it's really about those people. It's really about those areas, that neighborhood. And the food is the one thing that kind of does that. I always say, you come for the food, but you stay for the stories.
Love.
Food is just the vehicle, it's the platform. The real thing is what's here.
Yeah. Do you have any tips or advice for chefs who want to come up, who haven't been on Top Chef, who haven't been on Chopped, but are members of their community who want to, follow in your footsteps?
I think that the best advice for that, is just cook from your heart. In my new book, The B-Sides, it's all about that. I'm leaving behind all of my experiences, the joy, the pain, the fear, the ridicule, the success, all of that, so that those that are coming after me, I've kind of paved the way.
All right, so on a sous chef scale from 10 to 11, how was I today?
You did really well. I'm gonna give you a 13.
My man.
But I'm also gonna have you come back so we can do something a bit more.
Come back, I'm not leaving, you fool. Are you kidding me? My last question for you, Chris Scott the Great. What is next for you? What is your next course?
The biggest deal of all is being able to open the doors for others to walk through.
Like you've been doing it for decades, like literally decades.
Right? Almost 40 years.
Amazing. Almost as old as that kitchen. You deserve that kitchen. God.
Exactly.
All right, I have a little gift for you.
Oh.
I got you a little something.
Oh, man. I love a good gift. My good, it's not gonna be like a Jack in the Box. Oh, snap. Oh, snap, look at that. Oh, wow, look, it's both of us.
You had 70 aprons,
Oh, my
now
God.
you have 71, sir.
I'll put this joint on right now. Here we are. Here we go. This is it. Look at this. I might wear this to the store.
It's equal parts terrifying, but also amazing. So please enjoy this actually terrifying gift as a token of my sincere gratitude.
Love it.
For having me in your house making the legendary biscuit that I've heard about for so long. I so appreciate you and thank you so much. I have looked up New Jersey squatter laws and I have a couple days to hide in a broom closet before this is all mine. What a day. Chris Scott and the best biscuit ever. 2 words, chef's kiss. I'm Matthew Hoffman reminding you that sometimes you have to risk it for the biscuit. Happy eating. Where is my car?